We move on to another story. Today marks South Africa's anniversary or observance of the first anniversary of the death of former South African President Nelson Mandela. After a long illness, the nation's first black president died at the age of 95, but his legacy continues. Arise News correspondent Shahan Ramkissoon is here with more. Shahan?
Well, Debbie, I can put this very simply. Exactly a year ago, the world lost one of its greatest men, and his name, Nelson Mandela, will no doubt continue to inspire change in South Africa for many years to come.
I have fought very firmly against white domination. I have fought very firmly against black domination. I cherish the ideal of a new South Africa where all South Africans are equal.
Today, South Africa and the world remembers a man who fought for equality. Nelson Mandela's indomitable human spirit lives on a year after he passed away.
Let us remind ourselves that our work is far from complete. Where there is poverty and sickness, where human beings are being oppressed, there is more work to be done.
The South African government held a memorial service for Madiba. Those close to him spoke of his life and legacy.
Madiba enjoyed in the last years of his life a normal and warm family life. I'm proud that it was with me that he could enjoy what is the normalcy of a family home.
We thank God for him and the example he gave us. He taught us about the worth of a human being, all human beings.
27 years ago, I wrote Asimbonanga, which means we have not seen him. He was so heavily banned and censored in the country. Today, when we say Asimbonanga, we're actually saying we still have a long way to go. It's in our hands. It's in the hands of the next generation.
Asimbonanga, Asimbonanga, Mandela, Jina,
Oh, that song just gives me goosebumps, right? Now, in South Africa, many people have been quoting Nelson Mandela on Twitter and Facebook. Here's one of my favorite Mandela lines. He said, "A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination."
That's a very good one. I knew that you were going to say your favorite quote, so I found my favorite one, and that is, "It always seems impossible until it's done."
Exactly.
I love that quote.
It sounds so simple, but he thought of it.
Our viewers may not know this. You are a born free, born in South Africa after the end of apartheid. So you know the state of the struggle in its current form. So assess it. Where is the struggle now 1 year after Madiba is gone?
Well, look, lots of things still need to be done in South Africa. And a recent study actually points to the fact that South Africans want a united country. Lots of people were spoken to about what they want to see change in the country, and they say they want more unity. And that can only happen once we have people moving out of the inequality that they're so suppressed by in the country. It's almost exactly the same as it was last year.
Well, speaking of which, many fear that after Mandela's death, that the racial divisions would only grow wider. Have you seen that in this year?
That has not happened. Nelson Mandela's death actually brought South Africans together. We saw it when he died and during the process of the past couple of months as well. People have come together to celebrate his life. And it was a ridiculous notion when it came out in the first place, where a small group of white people said that they were afraid if Nelson Mandela died, what would happen to them? Nothing has happened to them. They're living just as they were before he died.
And that means his legacy lives on.
Yeah.
Shahan Ramkissoon, thank you so much. It was
Pleasure.
a beautiful piece. And you are watching Arise America.